Fala galera, Marcelo falando aqui trazendo novidades da Terra da Máfia. Não tô falando da máfia japonesa, Yakuza, nem a Gomorra italiana, muito menos a máfia russa. Tô falando aqui dos Harrigan, a família irlandesa liderada por Pierce Brosnan e também a Helen Mirren, que comandam uma das mais poderosas famílias da Europa em Mobland, série que chega agora no dia 30 de maio no Paramount Plus do Brasil e já vem fazendo muito sucesso lá fora. Eu fui lá para Londres assistir em primeiríssima mão ao primeiro episódio em um cinema ao lado ali do elenco, tá bom? Desculpa. Mas no dia seguinte, o mais legal ainda é que eu conversei tanto com o Pierce Brosnan e também com o Tom Hardy. O Tom Hardy, aliás, que interpreta o Fixer, aquela pessoa encarregada de dar um jeitinho em qualquer coisa que não esteja dando certo, no caso pros Harrigan, né? Ele trabalha pros Harrigan. Os dois primeiros episódios que dão o tom da série, eles foram dirigidos pelo Guy Ritchie. Você conhece muito bem o Guy Ritchie. Ele sabe muito bem como criar projetos divertidos envolvendo a máfia, como, por exemplo, Jogos Trapaças de Dois Canos Fumegantes, Snatch, Porcos e Diamantes e muitos outros filmes por aí. Eu quero saber, teria sido ele o motivo que fez esse ex-agente 007 entrar para o crime? Pierce Brosnan vai responder aí pra gente.
In essence, it came to me, Ronan Bennett was the writer on 5 episodes. My agent sent it to me. I enjoyed it. I liked it. I said, I'm in. It's going to be work in progress. You could feel that. Then Jez Butterworth came on board, and Jez is such a magnificent writer, playwright, and really can, the two men complement each other, and Jez really took the bull by the horns and launched it. Guy Ritchie has his own style. I'd never worked with Guy before. That was one of the reasons for jumping on board. I was the first one in. Then Helen and I had been working on another movie, The Thursday Murder Club. We have the same agent. She read it. She said, "Are you going to do it?" I said, "Yes." She said, "Right. I'm in." Mm-hmm. And then we had Tom Hardy, and then Tom joined us, and we were off to the races. There was no discussions, really. I spoke to Guy during the summer of last year. I started talking about the character. He said, "Listen, don't worry about it. We'll sort it out on the day. 15 minutes, okay? Put it out of your mind." Of course, I didn't. And anyway, on the day, really the character was developed right there, the Irish side of this character, because he kept on saying, "Go more Irish." And so I found this character from a gentleman in Ireland who has a very strong Kerry accent, who's a politician, and just flew with it. You just let it out of the bag and just go. High, low, left, right, and the script supports you.
É isso aí, como o Pierce falou, o Tom entrou pro projeto depois dele, e apesar de ser o primeiro nome nos créditos, ele quase ficou de fora. Isso porque no início, Terra da Máfia ia ser um spin-off, ou seja, uma série derivada de The Donovans, que é o programa estrelado pelo Liev Schreiber, fez o Dente de Sabre, né? E teve 7 temporadas ambientadas lá em Los Angeles. Mas as coisas foram mudando, até a série teve um nome mudado, olha só.
I got involved quite late in the day. It had already been announced as The Donovans. Ronan Bennett had written 10 episodes. Guy Ritchie was on board to direct, and I think that was all that I was aware of when I received the scripts. And then it changed to the name to Fixer, and now it's Mobland.
And I got to ask, you were saying about Guy Ritchie. He directed the first 2 episodes. Then you have other directors doing the same for the rest of the series, like Daniel Serkin, Anthony Byrne, and Lawrence Gog. Can you compare their styles, and how was to having Guy Ritchie as defining the tone on the series doing the first 2 episodes?
I think all the guys got have their own signature. Obviously, Guy starts out launching 1 and 2, episodes 1 and 2, that is, and then in some aspect creatively curates over the 10 episodes as a sort of directorial. I don't know if it's a showrunner in the same way that a writer would be, but I suppose visual and design, aesthetic and nuance. He will overwatch the other directors in that aspect, but each director brought their own signature style and tone to the show. And it was a pleasure working with lots of different people, actually, because it gave a different stretch to each part of, I suppose, each movement within the series. Over 10 episodes, it takes on its own shape and grows, and then ultimately there's a denouement and a conclusion. And a new director in each block has the responsibility for that particular part of the structure. And I think I enjoyed working with multiple directors for that fresh take on a subject. No, it was good. I haven't done that. I mean, I've done that on Taboo, but I haven't done that often. So I quite enjoyed working with different directors.
Mas não se engane pelos nomes do Tom Hardy e Pierce Brosnan no elenco, achando que essa aqui é uma série de meninos. Embora a temática leve a muitos crimes e violência, a personagem da Helen Mirren, a Maeve Harrigan, está longe de ser uma donzela em apuros. Na verdade, sim, ó, muito longe. Além do Pierce Brosnan e Tom Hardy, também conversei com a atriz Lara Pulver e ela disse que não se lembra de ver a Dame Helen Mirren fazer um papel como esse antes e ainda comentou como era divertido vê-la trabalhar. O Anson Boone, que faz o neto dos dois, o Eddie Harrigan, ele disse que não acreditava na sorte que teve ao dividir tantas cenas com os dois e que ele ficava o tempo todo se beliscando para ter certeza que era verdade, que ele também estava fazendo parte ali daquela família, junto com o Pierce Brosnan e Helen Mirren. Aliás, o Pierce também não poupou elogios à sua esposa na série.
We get on like a house on fire. It was easy. We kind of hit the ground running, the two of us. She knew what to do, I knew what to do. Once we said we were going to be Irish with the Harrigans, and then the script. And then you have a director like Guy who really moves fast, so you have to know what you're doing. You know, you don't get on the set and start talking about what you're going to do. You do what you're going to do.
Todos nós estamos acostumados a ver atores como Helen Mirren, Tom Hardy e Pierce Brosnan em filmes, mas o que eles entregam ali em cena durante Terra da Máfia vai surpreender muita gente. De explodir a cabeça de verdade. E este momento que a gente está vivendo, né, com grandes atores, diretores, incluindo aí o próprio Guy Ritchie, fazendo séries, muda tudo no mundo do entretenimento.
I think there's been a significant shift to storytelling on television that's moved, I suppose, away from film and independent film and the blockbuster convention of cinema to long-form storytelling on television, and that the finance behind it has allowed those stories to develop in ways that's very ambitious, that was otherwise left more to the cinematic experience. Although the money has to go longer in some aspects, you have, for the actor or for, I suppose, maybe the writer as well, or those involved, and the creative element have more time to spend with their characters, more avenues to explore that wouldn't sit in a 90-minute to 2-hour, possibly even 3-hour movie. So apart from it being very nice to have work that every year may or may not, depending on how successful a show is, there's a contractual element to be able to play for a certain show for multiple years. It gives you a sense of anchoring. There's also the ability to spend time with the character and play within that world with more depth, I suppose, and have more optionality to present an audience. If they like those characters, they want to spend time with them. Whereas a film is, even if it's a trilogy, it's a very short amount of time you get to spend with them.
It's a renaissance, it seems, for TV. I mean, the theatres are closing, the culture of our world is altering rapidly. Streaming is devouring content faster than you can make it. TikTok has polluted and distorted the perception of time and concentration. That should be just wiped away, really. I don't think it creates a good inner life for young folks. I go where the work is. I always have. Sometimes you have choices, sometimes you don't have choices. I just made a film there recently and it's been out in the theatres and that was so rewarding. Movie called Black Bag, and which I'm a part of. But you know, you're somewhat powerless to do anything about it in some regards. I am just very happy to be employed and to have work and to have scripts that come to me to be able to pick and choose. And there's always work to be done to have longevity as an actor, to deal with your own life as a man, getting older in life, and to still have the stamina to make the work, the desire to make the work, the desire to ultimately entertain people, turn people on, to bring them joy and happiness.
Going back to what you were saying about TikTok, are you when you pick a project, Are you concerned about what you're saying to people?
There is a concern in that, yes. This film, this Mobland has violence, it has sex, it has all the ingredients of mankind, humankind, that's always been there. Whether you're looking at Jacobean tragedies, Greek tragedies, storytellers, it's part of human nature. People want that. They love to be titillated by it, but it's not real. It is a portrayal of some kind of reality, unreality of characters' story, somewhat taken from, you know, the media. I mean, the media controls so much now, what we see, how we see it.
E para encerrar, só uma curiosidade aqui. O nome completo do personagem interpretado pelo Tom Hardy é Harry da Souza. Sim, um sobrenome bem comum aqui pra gente, né? E sabendo que o ator é faixa preta de Jiu-Jitsu, o Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, eu perguntei pra ele se o Harry poderia ser brasileiro.
I knew it was Portuguese name, but I didn't think about that because I didn't feel like I looked Portuguese.
Yeah, but you could be Brazilian because Brazil, you can have all the mix of people coming, so
But then
we
I
can...
had to spoken Portuguese, so now I've got work to do for next season.
Próxima temporada? Pois é, eu sei que o primeiro episódio ainda nem chegou aqui no Brasil, mas a leva de 10 episódios já está chegando ao final lá no Reino Unido e também na América do Norte. E uma sequência deve ser anunciada muito em breve, porque a qualidade realmente é maravilhosa. E você vai entender os motivos muito em breve, tá bom? E ó, até lá, veja os primeiros 3 episódios no Paramount Plus a partir do dia 30 de maio e comente aqui embaixo o que você achou de Mobland, a terra da máfia. Abraços e até a próxima.
I have to wrap it up. Very quick question. Amy Pascal and Dave Heyman are assuming the Bond franchise. Thing that you would say to them?
Good luck.